out of curiosity, like I'm totally on the like construction side, so I'm not so much well aware of how architecture processes happen. So just to little open up, how long does the architecture work itself take time before it goes to the civil engineer to make construction planning?
That's an interesting one, because I think one of the misconceptions that we have also that is common to hear about in the industry is the roles of the architects and engineers and contractors. I myself believe that they are much more integrated than what we have seen in the latest decades or so. They started to be more siloed approach. But if you look historically, like in the times that we were building cathedrals, masonry masters were architects and were builders, and everybody was actually the same, right? So it was much more integrated. And it's just on recent times that things started to split. And I actually believe that's one of the challenges that we are facing now, is that we need to get back to be more collaborative. It's like architects are not only people that do drawings. We are theoretically, we are trying to create projects of something that is going to be built, right? So if you ask me, I don't believe in a split between the architects do their job, then someone else goes and pick it up and put it to construction. An architect should be on the process since the beginning until the end of the construction. I would even say that if you really want to do a good job, you should even monitor the building during operation so that you can actually learn from the results of the construction. So it's a tricky one. You can say it's very quickly in the sense that you do it in a couple of months and then you are off, or you actually through all the so you start before, you stay through all the construction process, and then we even stay after when construction is over, working with the facility management to actually see how the building is being utilized.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think it's like maybe 5 or 10 years or even more, like this kind of like waterfall process of like architecture and then civil engineering, then construction, then maintenance. I think that has built that like a lot of like misinformation, or people are just not getting something that they really need to make best quality out of possible for the project. And now, for example, in Finland, we have this has become more and more popular, this kind of design and build projects. Where there is the architecture and then there's the civil engineers and construction company, and they are all collaborating together with the design phase to really get those everyone's opinions and details on those plans, and then during the construction, the architects and civil engineers are also with them, supporting and adding details when needed to. Because at least on my line of work, I have seen that usually the vision of architects or then civil engineers doesn't go to the construction companies. We get the DVGs files and we are looking at them and trying to understand what the designer has planned here. But then again, it's just very limited format of how we should build it. So we have quite a lot of this kind of like, well, it's probably this way. This sounds so smarter. Like, I mean, it's really hard to put all the information, but then when you have the designer with you during construction, you can just call, how did you plan this? What was your thoughts about it? And then we can build it much better.